Hi there. In this video, I'm going to teach you what beat matching is, why it is crucial that you can adequately do it, and most importantly, how to master it. Now, everything we've covered so far is required knowledge for beat matching. However, beat matching at its core is the skill of taking two or more tracks and making them sound like one. Now, you do this by matching the beats. So using our previous example, we matched the tempo, pressed play on track 1, and then press play on track 2 at the beginning of the next phrase. However, it's unlikely that you're going to press play at the absolute perfect time, and this will cause the beats of the tracks to be ever so slightly out of sync. When this happens, this can cause a very nasty flamming effect, which sounds just unprofessional and can also take the audience out of the flow, as it becomes very obvious that you're bringing in another track. In addition, the more unsynchronized the tracks are, the more separate the rhythms are, and it's kind of like having two drummers playing at the same time with no synchronization at all. It just doesn't sound too good. I'll give you a quick demonstration of how it would sound if you haven't beat matched properly. Like this. Here is one track, and two playing back at the same speed but not properly beat matched. You can hear that the kick drums and the rhythms of either track are totally separate and not playing back at the same time at all. Now this is when the DJ will start nudging the side of the jog wheel clockwise or anti-clockwise in order to push forward or backwards the incoming track so as to get it to play in sync with the master track. And this is what beat matching is in today's day and age. Now let me quickly go through how the jog wheel affects the track. First of all, never touch the top of the jog wheel unless you're scratching. This is because by doing this, playback of the track is actually going to stop. Let me demonstrate that quickly. So I'll press play, touch the top, and the track stops. And this is not what we want. We would only want to do this if we were scratching, and that's something we'll get onto in a later video. Now, the way you want to use the jog wheel is by only touching it from the side and either moving it clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now, if you spin the jog wheel clockwise, again, touching it only from the side, then the track will temporarily speed up as the jog wheel is spinning. Vice versa, if you spin it anti-clockwise, the track will temporarily slow down as you're turning the jog wheel. So if you have two tracks playing at the same time and they're slightly out of sync, as long as the BPM is the same, then all that means is that one of the tracks is slightly in front of the other. So what we would need to do is spin the jog wheel either anti-clockwise or clockwise so as to synchronize them again, and then the tracks will be perfectly beat matched. I'm going to give you a few examples. So I'm going to press play on track 1. I'm going to count to the end of the phrase, and at the beginning of the second phrase I'm going to press play on track 2. And I want you to notice how when I press play they're going to be slightly out of sync. We're going to be able to clearly hear the rhythms of both tracks. Then I'm going to use the jog wheel to bring them in sync. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4, 1. So now I'm going to start nudging the jog wheel. And there you go. They are perfectly beat matched. Listen to the difference. Out. And in. Now I'm going to demonstrate that again. This time I'm just going to press play on both tracks at the same time. This isn't something you would normally do, but just so that I can demonstrate the difference between the two tracks being in sync with each other, in other words, beat matched, and out of sync with each other. Let's go. This is out of sync, and that's in sync. Once again, out of sync, and in sync. Alright, I hope you noticed the difference while I was nudging the jog wheel. Now, I really want you to focus on being able to beat match by ear. It's really important that you pay a lot of attention to the synchrony of the tracks, and you make sure to nudge the jog wheel whenever you hear that they're slightly out of sync, so as to bring them back in sync. Also, you may have noticed that there is a sync button on your deck and on Rekordbox. However, I highly advise against using this in any professional environment because number one, it is frowned upon, but more importantly, number two, in a lot of clubs, the way they have the deck set up doesn't allow you to actually utilize the sync function. And you want to make sure that when you show up to perform in any venue, you can adequately perform and especially beat match no matter the setup that is there. Now I'm going to go through the process a couple more times, and I'll bring the tracks in and out of sync on purpose so that you can clearly hear the difference. Let's go. Out of sync. Kind of in sync. Perfectly in sync. Once again. Perfectly in sync. Out of sync. In sync. So, well done for getting this far. Go ahead and practice this, and I'll see you in the next video.